G'day, this is Matt from Empower Exercise Physiology and Health, and today I just wanted to give a couple of tips to the surfers out there who are dealing and managing with shoulder pain. Often the problem with surfing is that it's a very dynamic and very power-driven sport, and if we have less than optimal posture and movement patterns, we're going to be loading parts of the shoulder in unnecessary ways. So what I want to talk about is just, some concepts to think about when you're out there in the water on the board, and how you hold your body and how you stabilize the shoulder in your strokes pretty much. I find, particularly working with a couple of surfers, once we clean up some motor control and postural compensations that these people present with, shoulder pain starts to go away very, very quickly. So check it out, this is what you got to do.
So what we're going to do, we're going to have a look at the setup on the board. We're going to talk about two things, global extension and shoulder packing. So let's have a look at what it looks like. All right, so down here on the board, global extension just means that all the extensors of the body are working together as one. So if we are broken in this chain, more often than not, we're going to dump the hips like that, we're going to pull the calves like this, and we're just going to hyperextend with that lower back. If we're hyperextended with that lower back, we're going to be hinging off the lower back instead of getting everything to extend all at once. So what you've got to do, when we're here on the board, particularly taking off for a wave, you will think about pointing the toes, thrusting the hips into the board like this, and when the hips are thrust into the board like that, we can get good activation through the rest of our spine, particularly up through our thoracic, and that thoracic posture is really important for what the shoulders are going to be doing. So when we're there, we're going to thrust into the board, chest comes up off the board. With our neck and our head, we want to be able to look forward through the tops of our eyes, but have our cervical spine aligned so that we can maintain some sort of neutral spinal alignment. When we're here, with our shoulders, we're going to draw down, and I want to be able to stroke straight through the water with a straight elbow and finish with my hand or my elbow straight as it leaves the water like this. If we're limited in shoulder extension or shoulder internal rotation, what's going to happen is as I stroke, I'm going to dump my shoulder forward, I'm going to rotate through like this, and that's going to put a huge amount of pressure through the front of the shoulder joint here. And if we do that over and over again, we're going to get very hot and very sore at the front of the shoulder. So 2 points, point the toes, thrust the hips into the board, raise the chest off the board, keep the head and the neck neutral, and then with your shoulders, pull down through the water and finish with a straight elbow like that. You're going to get a lot more power, you're going to catch a lot more waves, and you're going to be in a lot less pain. So try those two things when you're in water and let me know how you go. Cheers.